Welcome to your midweek microdose, where I share bits of information that I find fascinating, fun, or potentially life changing in little bitty digestible bits. If you don't yet know me well, my name is Kayla Cohn. I'm a certified clinical hypnotherapist and mindset specialist. So I spend my days helping people to use their brain to change their lives, to create the life that they want to live. So today, we're talking about our thoughts and how to start your day, how to create the day that you want to have using just your thoughts. So, scientists, the people that look into this kind of thing or that study this kind of thing, say that the average human thinks 60,000 to 90,000 thoughts a day, and that by and large, the bulk of those thoughts are not happy thoughts, they're not healthy thoughts, they're not thoughts that set us up for success, and that starts basically the moment that we roll out of bed. So even before we have our eyes open, when you first find yourself kind of, leaning into that, waking up in the morning, you might hear the birds chirping, it might be starting to get kind of light in your room. Maybe you use an alarm to, wake you up, maybe not. But when we immediately, I'll just pause for a second and say, I encourage you to notice the first thoughts that come to your mind as you are waking up in the morning. For so many of us, this can be, oh, I'm so tired, or oh, is that the alarm? Oh my gosh, I'm so tired. I didn't get enough sleep last night. Oh, I hate Mondays. Oh, how is it morning already? And so you can imagine how thinking these kinds of thoughts first thing in the morning, oh, I have to meet with so and so today, or I have to go do such and such today, does not get our morning off on the right path. So immediately we're into all the things that we don't want to do instead of setting ourselves up for how we do want to be. So I refer to this a lot of times with my clients as setting up our to be list instead of our to do list. So as you begin to wake up in the morning, if you can just take a couple of minutes to get your mindset right and figure out who you want to be that day, who you want to be today. So today, I want to be someone who is loving, who's caring, who's flexible. I don't know what kind, who you deal with in your life. If you have kids, it might be today I want to be a really patient parent. So that might be, who you want to be that day. And then as you move through your day, you can reflect on that and you can pass, whatever next steps you're going to take, whatever next thoughts you're going to have, you can pass that through your who you want to be list, right? So again, if today I've decided that I want to be a really patient parent today, then before I start screaming at everybody, to get their socks on for the fifth time or whatever, I can take a beat, take a moment and breathe into today I am a very patient parent. And I want to take an aside here and just say that this is just a day-to-day thing. This isn't for the rest of my life I'm a really patient parent, because sometimes, let's face it, life is just life, and maybe we can't be the parent or the human or whatever that we want to be. We try, but sometimes things come up and it isn't always as easy as we think it's going to be. So just allowing yourself from one day to the next to make a decision about who you want to be and how you want to be, and then filtering your next steps and the decisions that you make through that. So that might even be today, I want to be a really patient driver. And then when that person cuts you off or whatever, when you miss that red light or whatever, you can, again, breathe deep into how does a patient driver, how would a patient driver react or respond in this situation? And I promise you, it changes everything. So going back to about how you want to wake up in the morning. So rather than hearing the alarm go off and thinking, oh, how is it already 5 a.m. or whatever time you get up? Instead, it is settling in and thinking, I am so grateful that I have this bed that held me all night long, where I got whatever amount of sleep it is. Or I am so grateful that I have an alarm to wake me up so that I don't sleep in later than I need to. So taking a moment and having a little bit of gratitude, and then again, thinking about how you want to be through your day. So in the example, again, that maybe you've got a meeting with somebody that you're not really looking forward to. So it can be taking a moment, and I know it can sound difficult in the moment, but taking a moment and just rustling up a little bit of love and appreciation for that person and whatever role they're playing in your life. So in the example where you've got a meeting today that maybe you're not looking forward to, instead of thinking, oh, I've got that meeting with so-and-so today, it is settling into, I'm so grateful that I have this time to meet with someone else and for them to help me flex my patience muscles, or for them to help me flex my understanding muscles, or my compassion muscles, or whatever that might be. And then, and again, thinking through the things that you are so grateful for leading up to that, even. I'm so grateful that I have a reliable car or method of transportation that's going to get me there. I'm so grateful, again, that I had this blanket that I was all snuggled in all night. I'm so grateful that I had, this roof over my head, and really feeling the gratitude. So, to quote a certain family member of mine, a lot of times people will look at this and think something like, oh, this hippy dippy BS is just so dumb or whatever. So I encourage you to set that thought aside, set that disbelief aside. And if you can just open yourself to playfulness, open yourself up to the possibility that this can really change and everything for you, then you can't not change even a little bit. So again, I really encourage you to shift the way that you wake up in the morning, shift the way that you roll out of bed in the morning, and instead of thinking about all the things that you have to do, that you don't want to do, all the things that maybe went wrong, or the way that you didn't want them to go overnight, instead shifting into finding those little bits of gratitude for those. I am so grateful that after each exhale, I had an inhale last night, and that I get another chance today to work on my to-be list and filter my to-do list through that. So again, we think 60,000 to 90,000 or more thoughts a day, and not all of them are great automatically. So I really, really encourage you to see what happens when you start your day with a little bit more positive thought and filter everything through that more positive way of thinking, those lighter sort of thoughts, and just see what changes. I hope you do this for a little while, and I would love it if you would do this and then just report back to me. So you're welcome to message me. You're welcome to, type in your experience under this video if that's helpful. You're welcome to share this with other people that you think might, have a little aha moment about, crap, how have I been waking up every morning? What have I been saying to myself? What do I start my day off? What are the first things that are in my mind? And what do I want them to be instead? And then don't be surprised with the changes that you experience when you allow yourself to start things off differently. So I hope this was helpful. And again, I really do encourage you to implement this just for a couple of days and see how it goes. And again, if you can set aside some disbelief, set aside this annoyed, oh, this is hippy dippy commentary, and allow yourself the chance to play, you can't not change. So let me know how this goes for you. And again, thanks so much for taking this time. I hope you enjoyed this, and have a wonderful rest of your day.